The great psychiatrist Carl Jung once said, "You have always mistaken your suffering for sanctity." You've been told that your greatest strength is your capacity to forgive. You've been praised for your compassion, your ability to see the good in everyone, to always turn the other cheek. But what if this isn't strength? What if this endless, habitual forgiveness is not a spiritual gift, but a symptom of a deep, unconscious bondage? What if it's a scar left by childhood trauma? As an empath, you learn to monitor the emotional climate of those around you for survival. You became a prophet of others' moods, a decipherer of their rage, a keeper of the peace at all costs. In this process, you learn to conflate love with self-erasure, believing your worth was tied to your ability to absorb the pain of others. You put on masks of peace and compassion to hide the rage and resentment you were never allowed to feel. But then, something happens. A sacred rupture. A moment of reckoning. The empath stops forgiving. This is not an act of vengeance, but a profound act of awakening. It's the moment the false self begins to crack and the authentic, sovereign self emerges. This is terrifying. It means confronting the truths you were too kind to speak. In this brutal clarity, you see the truth. Your endless forgiveness was never a duty. It was a delay from your own healing. Your empathy was weaponized against you, your light siphoned to feed the darkness of others. This is the beginning of the real work, the journey into your own shadow. It's a process of grieving the versions of yourself you sacrificed to keep the peace and mourning the illusions you held about others. The awakened empath is no longer a healer who absorbs, but a mystic who transfigures. Forgiveness is no longer a performance, but a genuine act of releasing yourself. Your presence, no longer rooted in pleasing others, becomes a mirror. It is not coldness, but wholeness. Your no is not rejection, but a sovereign truth that frees you. You stop being a detour for others from their own accountability. The awakened empath is no longer a healer who absorbs, but a mystic who transfigures. You realize you were never meant to carry the burdens of others. You were never meant to be loved for your weakness, but for your strength. And in this newfound sovereignty, you inspire a genuine, profound healing in the world simply by being your authentic, unmasked self. Because when the empath stops forgiving, every mask falls, and the world finally gets to see your light. The journey is lonely, but the destination is holy.